Focus isn't just about blocking distractions, it's about training your brain to dive deep. When you enter a state of full concentration, your brain forms stronger neural connections. This helps you understand complex ideas faster and store them longer. Deep focus is what separates average effort from genius-level output. In a world filled with notifications, learning to focus is like unlocking a superpower. Imagine being able to study for 1 hour and retain more than someone who studies distracted for 3. That's the power of going deep. Start by setting short blocks of uninterrupted time and gradually increase it. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect mood. Just start. Sit down, set a timer, and do one thing at a time. The hardest part is the beginning. But once your brain locks in, the flow takes over. You'll feel more powerful, more capable, and more in control. Geniuses aren't born with more brain power. They train it. Deep focus is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. The earlier you start building it, the faster you'll rise above the average. You don't need to be gifted, you just need to be intentional. Most students don't fail because they're dumb. They fail because they never learned how to learn. Memorizing facts for a test and forgetting them a week later isn't learning. Geniuses go deeper. They use proven methods like spaced repetition and active recall to turn knowledge into permanent memory. Learning how to learn is like upgrading your brain's operating system. When you know the science behind learning, every subject becomes easier. You understand what to focus on, how to test yourself, and when to take breaks. It's not about studying harder, it's about studying smarter. One powerful method is the Feynman technique. If you can't explain it in simple words, you don't understand it yet. Teach what you learned to someone else, or even to yourself out loud. This forces your brain to organize and simplify complex ideas. If you want to think like a genius, start here. Mastering the learning process itself will give you an edge in everything. From math to music, from languages to life. When you learn how to learn, nothing is truly difficult anymore. Smart people don't see isolated facts. They see connections. That's what systems thinking is all about. It's the ability to look at problems and see how all the parts influence each other. Instead of reacting to symptoms, geniuses solve problems at their root. Everything in life is part of a system. Your body, your school, even your social media habits. When you start to think in systems, you understand cause and effect more clearly. You stop blaming luck or people and start seeing structure and patterns. For example, if your grades are falling, a systems thinker won't just say, "I need to study more." They'll ask, "What's affecting my energy, my sleep, my focus, my schedule?" They look at the bigger picture, and that's why they find better solutions. Systems thinking makes you wiser, not just smarter. It helps you in school, relationships, and life decisions. Geniuses don't memorize facts. They understand the invisible structures behind them. Learn to step back, zoom out, and connect the dots. Intelligence isn't just mental, it's emotional too. Emotional control means staying calm under stress, thinking before reacting, and not letting others hijack your mood. Geniuses know that emotions can cloud judgment, so they train themselves to stay centered. When you're upset, your brain can't think clearly. That's why emotional control is essential for anyone who wants to solve problems or learn deeply. Breathing techniques, journaling, and reflection are tools that help you manage your emotions, not suppress them. You don't need to be emotionless, just emotionally wise. Recognize your feelings, name them, then choose your response. That's power. The difference between reacting in anger or waiting 5 seconds can completely change your day or your life. Emotional control is what gives geniuses an edge. When others panic, they stay cool. When others give up, they stay focused. If you want to think like a genius, start by mastering your own reactions. Your emotions are tools. Learn to use them. Smart people aren't the ones who pretend to know everything. They're the ones who ask powerful questions. Geniuses aren't afraid to say, "I don't know." Instead, they ask questions that dig deeper, reveal hidden patterns, and unlock new ideas. Curiosity is their compass. When you ask better questions, you get better answers. Don't just ask what's on the test. Ask, why does this matter? Don't stop at surface-level learning. Ask, how does this connect to what I already know? Or what would happen if we changed this? Questioning things trains your brain to think critically. You stop memorizing and start analyzing. In every subject, the students who ask the right questions are the ones who understand the material, not just repeat it. That's how real learning happens. Thinking like a genius begins with one shift. Replace your need to appear smart with a hunger to grow. Ask, explore, and stay curious, even when no one else is. The world opens up to those who dare to ask better questions. Listening is underrated. While most people talk to be heard, geniuses listen to understand. They observe body language, tone, and the words behind the words. Active listening isn't passive. It's one of the sharpest mental skills you can build. When you truly listen, you gather more information than the speaker even realizes they're giving. You pick up details, emotions, contradictions, and patterns. You become the person who just gets it, and people trust you more because you actually hear them. In class, most students hear the teacher, but they don't really listen. Active listeners engage, ask follow-up questions, and write down what matters. This makes their notes sharper and their memory stronger. Genius starts with attention. Be the one who listens fully before speaking. Let others talk, observe them, and respond with precision. You'll not only understand more, you'll become the person everyone respects in a conversation. Listening is a quiet strength with loud results. Reading isn't about finishing pages. It's about transforming your thinking. Geniuses don't read just for school. They read to challenge their minds, stretch their perspectives, and explore new worlds. They slow down and let ideas sink. Instead of racing through a chapter, stop and reflect. Ask yourself, what is the main point here, and do I agree with this? This kind of reading trains your brain to think critically and connect ideas across different subjects. Writing is thinking on paper. It's how you take the chaos in your head and turn it into clarity. Geniuses write not just for grades, but to understand themselves, organize their ideas, and discover new thoughts they didn't know they had. When you journal, take notes, or even write a summary of what you just learned, you force your brain to process information on a deeper level. You remember better, think sharper, and speak more clearly. Writing is a tool for learning, not just a school assignment. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's the path to it. Geniuses don't panic when they fail. They study it. Every mistake is data. Every setback is a test result. They adjust, try again, and keep improving. That's why they grow faster than others. Most people quit after one failure, but the smartest minds know that real learning begins when things go wrong. If your plan didn't work, ask, what did I learn? And what can I try differently? This mindset turns failure into fuel. Geniuses don't wait to feel motivated. They train. Discipline. Self-discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's what separates dreamers from achievers. It's showing up again and again no matter how you feel. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Study when you're tired. Wake up even if you hit snooze. Finish the project even when it gets boring. These small victories build a mindset of strength, and over time your results will explode. Motivation is like a spark. Discipline is the fire that keeps burning. Don't depend on hype. Build habits. Create routines that support your goals. Whether it's studying, working out, or sleeping on time, your discipline shapes your destiny. The final skill is the quietest, but maybe the most powerful. Geniuses see what others overlook. They notice small details, hear what's not being said, and connect ideas in unexpected ways. This comes from awareness, not just knowledge. Train your observation. Look deeper when others glance. Listen between the lines. Ask, what's not obvious here? This habit helps you find creative solutions and spot opportunities before anyone else even notices them. You don't have to be born a genius. You just have to train your mind like one. Every skill in this video, from deep focus to emotional control, can be learned. It's not about perfection. It's about progress, about showing up for yourself. Every single day. You're not late, you're not behind. If you're watching this right now, it means something in you is ready for more. More discipline, more confidence, more clarity. And that's exactly how genius begins, with a decision to grow when most people choose to stay the same. So here's your challenge. Pick one of these skills and start today. Just one. Whether it's writing, reading, or managing your emotions, practice it for 1 week. Watch how your mindset shifts. Watch how people start to notice. Watch how you start to believe. Now tell us in the comments, which of these 11 skills are you already working on? And which one do you want to master? Next, subscribe if you're ready to train your mind like a genius. Let's grow together, and this is just the beginning.